And the big story that we are tracking at this moment, the Indian Express newspaper, in collaboration with the Paris-based Le Monde newspaper and the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, or the ICIJ, has come out with a global leak of the names of Indians in the HSBC Swiss list. The Indian Express newspaper has revealed 1,195 names of Indians, that is nearly double of the names that French authorities had given to the government in 2011. The total wealth in these accounts is reportedly estimated to be 25,420 crore rupees. The names of the people on that list include several top businessmen, diamond traders, politicians, NRIs, and people of Indian origin who are also known as PIOs. The Special Investigation Team constituted to probe black money in its first report has said almost 200 accounts had no balance and approximately 211 were non-resident Indians or NRIs. The Indian Express newspaper says that undisclosed income to the tune of rupees 3,150 crore rupees has been brought to tax among HSBC account holders. All right, for more on this story, we are joined in by Ashish Maharishi. Ashish, what really is the revelation as far as this new list is concerned of the stuff or of the information that we already did not know?
Well, in fact, if you remember, Sanket, most of the big names were in public domain. But here, if the revelation includes whatever, if we see in the Indian Express, they say that, each amount, each individual and the amount associated. So this is important revelation. Whether that money is basically black money or not, that still needs to be investigated. But here, there is a piece of information that we are getting from Finance Ministry is that at least 60 individuals out of the HSBC list, that is the original 620. We're not talking about 1195 names that have been revealed by the Indian Express, but out of that 628 names, 60 more individuals are going to be prosecuted. This is a piece of information we're getting from Finance Ministry, and that has already been informed to SIT by the Finance Ministry authorities, and the same is going to be informed to the Supreme Court by SIT. That is the protocol that has been followed in the past. Now here what we're talking about, Sanket, is that there are certain individuals who are being prosecuted. It means they had black money in their account. The money that, the information that we got, the Indian authorities got, was, according to the Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement and Tax Information Exchange Agreement. So that means that you can use this information only for tax purposes. Now, how that money landed abroad, whether this is laundered money, whether these are proceeds of crime or not, these things still need to be investigated. But as far as the, there is a contract between the Indian authorities as well as, the French authorities, which say that you can use only for tax purposes, and later on maybe once they are taxed, once they are prosecuted, then that information can be shared with agencies like CBI and ED. But as of now, this is a big revelation by the Indian Express for the reason because there are more individuals. So it means that the domain of investigation is certainly expands, and it still needs to be seen now how SIT is going to look at this revelation, because the number of people who are into that HSBC list has increased from 628 to 1195.
Absolutely. Now a number of things, Ashish. First of all, the point that you are mentioning, Ashish, that the Finance Ministry has, and sources in the Finance Ministry have told Headlines Today that the government has shared information with the Special Investigation on Black Money regarding 60 individuals who have been named in the HSBC list. Apart from this, what information that we can perhaps give to our viewers is, and I'm quoting this particular report, the Indian Express report, they quote the CBDT, or the Central Bureau of Direct Taxes, that Indian Express newspaper says that 27 account holders have paid penalties and prosecution has been initiated in 15 cases.
Very true. In fact, this has happened in the past, because if you remember when this issue was picked up in the Supreme Court, when they were, when the Supreme Court had very clearly said that we want that list on our table, and that deadline was given to the government, and they had no option. Mukul Rohatgi had to come out and bring out the entire data and hand it over to the Supreme Court. It very clearly said that there are certain individuals against whom action has already been taken, but that was quite late, and that is why the earlier earlier government, the UPA government was, being questioned, eyebrows were being raised. Why were they sitting on that file since they got that data in 2011? The French authorities shared that data in 2011, and despite, having the information, they were not approaching the Swiss authorities to find out the veracity of the data, whether it is correct or not. But now, since, this government came in, if you remember Shakti Kant Das and few individuals from CBDT, the CBDT chairman himself, they went to Switzerland, and they said that since we have verified on our own that yes, these accounts exist in Swiss bank, that is the HSBC Geneva branch, and now we want authenticated information, and that is why Swiss authorities verified this data, and they said that yes, these accounts existed, and that is why these prosecutions have happened. So certainly, we have certain individuals who were prosecuted earlier. Many people have been penalized. They have to pay tax, and obviously that, you remember, according to the income tax law, once the penalties are levied, it is almost the amount that they hold in these these accounts that can be confiscated by the Indian authorities. So certainly 60 more people are going to be prosecuted. Some individuals have already been prosecuted. A big number is being prosecuted, but again, the kind of money that we were talking about, the kind of money that Narendra Modi during his poll campaigning was talking about, that kind of money is still not visible, because even these 1195 accounts hold around 25,420 crore rupees only, and out of that we know for sure that 200 accounts do not hold any money, and 211 are NRIs. So certainly, what are the kind of tax, is going to be assessed, what kind of black money is going to come into India, that still needs to be seen.
Absolutely. And Ashish, before we let you go, the SIT is expected to inform the Supreme Court about, regarding these prosecution proceedings that it has actually initiated. Could you throw some more light on?
Yes, in fact, this is the process that has been followed in the past, because SIT, if you remember, on the first day of the government, when they came in, the NDA government, when the BJP government, when they came in, they had to form the SIT, because that was an order from the Supreme Court that you have to form the SIT. And it was on the first day that the SIT was formed of this government. And now this SIT is investigating into each and every aspect of the black money involved into this. So certainly, 60 individuals, the way the government does, whatever action the government takes, they have to inform to the special investigation team, which is headed by MB Shah and Justice Pasayat. So Justice Shah and Justice Pasayat, they need to be informed every now and then what is the, how the government is working on it, how black money investigation is proceeding. So certainly 60 individuals are going to be, prosecuted. 27 have already been prosecuted, 15 have been prosecuted, 27 have paid penalties. So a good number of people have agreed that they hold accounts, but there are certain individuals who say that they don't hold these accounts. Some say that we have paid the tax just for the fear of being harassed. So there are certain there are many people who say that we don't hold accounts, we have no information about it. Some people say that we are NRIs. Then again we have to check whether these NRIs at that point of time when they opened the account, what was their status, whether they were NRIs or not. So there are many aspects that need to be investigated, and SIT is on it.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Ashish Maharishi. Ashish Maharishi there, in fact, telling us about the latest. Let's quickly listen in to some reaction that is coming in. Finance Ministers.
The publication of India book by the publication division is a great tradition. It's a great tradition because it gives you authentic information. It gives you updating year by year. For anyone who wants to know details about this great country,